It's Saturday, October 2nd, 2021 at 10 a.m. and I am just now driving into Bar Harbor. And I haven't been here for a month, so we'll have a look and see what the town looks like today. As in theory, tourist season is winding down. Now, I just passed the Eagle Lake Carriage Road access. The parking lot was completely full, and there were probably 25 to 30 cars parked alongside the road. And it was pretty crazy over there. Lots of people walking toward the Carriage Road access, even though part of the Eagle Lake Carriage Road that goes around the lake is still closed because they're working on it. But you can get to some of the other carriage roads from there. So here we come into Bar Harbor. In just a moment, we're going to be at the stoplight, and then we'll head into the main part of town. Right now, we're quarter mile from there. And here we go. The stoplight. Oh my gosh, it's green. I may make it through. I hope. And the rest of the hotels are still open and look pretty busy. I'll take a look at some of the smaller motels up here and see what their vacancy signs say. You probably won't be able to see them as I go by. But no vacancy. No vacancy. No vacancy. So it looks like most of the hotels and motels here are pretty much full. So the town is probably still pretty busy. Now I'll see if I can find a place to park down here on Main Street, and we'll go take a look at the waterfront and Agamon Park and Main Street itself. Of course, we'll be driving down Main Street to take a look, but there are plenty of cars parked here. And so far, I see lots of out-of-state license plates. And some people who... So, now we just have to see how long it takes to make the left turn onto Main Street. Yeah, a fair number of pedestrians even here walking around. And I imagine pretty much everything is still open. Although I have heard that some of the restaurants have restricted hours because they simply are unable to get staff. At this time of year, any college kids that were working here for the summer have gone back to school and are no longer available to staff restaurants. Looks like I can go right now. And we'll head on to Main Street. Quite a few people walking around on Main Street, and not a lot of parking at this end of Main Street. As in, I've seen one space on the other side of the street. Looks pretty busy. This year has been a contrast to previous years in that normally by the end of September the number of people has dropped off substantially, but this year it simply hasn't happened. Yesterday, when I went by the two trailheads over near Wonderland, there were over 80 cars parked. And you can see lots of people on the street here, sitting, walking around, etc. It is very, very busy. as we come down to Agmont Park on the left, and the waterfront straight ahead. And so far, no parking at all on this side of the street. Looks like there might be a couple spots on the other side, so maybe I can pick up a spot there. Big line of people waiting to board a whale watcher to go out for a look at the ocean and maybe see a few whales, and at the very least see some lighthouses and maybe some seabirds. Over there, got a couple of schooners getting ready to board passengers. I see some passengers on board the Margaret Todd, which has just pushed off from the dock, probably for their first cruises of the day around Frenchman Bay. And here we go. I'm on the town dock, and so far, not a single parking space. So I guess it's going to be very difficult for me to pull over and walk around town. Maybe over on Cottage Street I can find a spot, but this is completely full and a little difficult to maneuver through with big pickup trucks on both sides here, making it kind of narrow. But yeah, all the parking spaces here are taken, and a lot of these are probably people who are out on the whale watch tour, or have gone out on the schooner tour. So not much in the way of parking down here, and Water Street looks completely parked up. Bar Harbor is busy today on Saturday at 10 a.m. Actually, it's 10:07 now, and I could park in here, but this pickup truck is a little hard to squeeze into some of these small spots, so I think I'm gonna pass on that. You've seen what it looks like. It is kind of a zoo here. Lots of people on the sidewalk, lots of people down on the town dock, and no place to park. So let's turn down Cottage Street and see what it's like over there. Got the Tourist Cross. As we turn on to Cottage Street, and as you can see, a couple parking spaces right at the end, but other than that, it's completely parked up too. So this is Bar Harbor, Saturday morning, October 2nd, just after 10 a.m. in the year 2021. Pretty busy. Matter of fact, compared to when I was here at the beginning of September, end of August, it's actually busier. But I was here a little earlier in the morning. But the place is completely packed today. A few parking spots down here on Cottage Street. Finally, the first big gap I've seen. But other than that, it's completely full. There's a little parking lot on the right here that has two places. But I'm headed for the grocery store now, so I'm not going to take advantage of that. And we'll go see if I can find a place to park at the supermarket to do my grocery shopping. Well, I'm finished at the grocery store, and now I am on my way out of Bar Harbor, except that I think I'm going to go down and drive Water Street back to Main Street just to show you a little more of town. This is the end of Cottage Street past the Hannaford Supermarket. And as you can see, it is completely parked up down here too. So Bar Harbor here on October 2nd is absolutely packed with people. There is a parking spot. Oh, two. So yeah, you could park down here, but it's a long walk, relatively speaking, for Bar Harbor into Main Street. Okay, we're going to come over here, and I'm going to turn onto Water Street and head back down to the waterfront. Okay, here we go. Even down here, quite a long way from the waterfront, there is not much parking available. Now this is open here because this is permit parking for residents. So as a visitor to town, I can't legally park here. Up here a little bit, we're going to get out of the resident permit parking and into metered parking for visitors. Okay, here we go. Here you pay at a kiosk, but I could park here. And as you can see, there's not, as we get closer to Main Street, there's not a lot of parking available. Tide is up enough that you cannot walk over to Bar Island right now. At least when I looked down toward the walk over there, all I saw was water. Still got another couple hours to go before low enough tide to walk over. And here we are coming back into the main waterfront area. I will loop the town dock again, and then we will head out of downtown on Main Street. See, so I'm apologize for not getting out of the truck and walking around, but the lack of parking just makes that essentially impossible here in downtown Bar Harbor. And this is Main Street on the right as we come back down to the town dock. And lots of people still walking around. I wonder if we'll be able to see the Margaret Todd out there sailing on Frenchman Bay, and I cannot. So they must be on the other side of the islands, of the Porcupine Islands, which you can see past all the parked cars. Keep the speed down. You never know when somebody's going to back out or walk out from between the cars. Pretty strong westerly wind today, judging by the flags. And still no parking. Now, most of these trucks here probably belong to local lobster fishermen who are out for the day fishing, since they all have Maine license plates. And they probably got here very early. And now we get to out-of-state plates, so we're out of the lobster fishing parking. And not a single space here on the town dock, which is longer term parking. So that's why it fills up. If you want to go on one of the whale watch cruises or out on a schooner, that's pretty much your option for parking, unless you want to walk quite a ways from one of the town lots. Now let's go up Main Street and see what it looks like now at 11 a.m. Probably starting to get a bit of the lunch crowd. And so far, Main Street is 100% parked up. So even if I could find a spot, which it doesn't look like I can, it would be difficult to park here and walk down. Quite a few people on the street. And it is busy, busy, busy today, which I find surprising that more of these people are not in the park, because it is a relatively nice day. Nice and sunny and comfortable. It's 60 degrees right now, so it's not one of those scorching hot days like we had a month ago. But for some reason, a lot of these people seem to have come to Bar Harbor rather than Acadia National Park. So you can see, realistically, this is no different today on October 2nd than it would be on a typical August day in terms of the number of people here in Bar Harbor. And the one parking spot that was available is being taken almost immediately. And that was it. I saw one available parking spot and someone pulled into it within seconds of when the last person pulled out. Still a little too crazy to go through the national park today, so we'll wait another couple of weeks and do it then, when I can go up to the top of Cadillac Mountain without a reservation. So here we go. Out of town. So that's Bar Harbor today, October 2nd, 2021, at 10 o'clock and then again at 11 o'clock. And as you can see, it's just like mid-August here today in terms of the number of tourists. It's amazing. Previous years, I've come over here at the beginning of October and the town has been almost empty. So, relatively speaking. And today, as I said, you couldn't tell this from mid-October. So, hopefully by the time I come back again, probably in about another month, it will have thinned out a little bit. Hopefully the tourists will be going away in November. They're certainly not going away at the beginning of October. Okay, so that's Bar Harbor today. And I hope you enjoyed seeing what it looked like. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please consider subscribing to my channel so that you can get notifications when more exciting videos just like this one, or on boat repair, or any of the other many things I'm interested in, are put up. Thanks for watching.